Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this BougeRV portable propane water heater. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So let's get this open. We have a box with probably accessories and parts. Then we have the heater. So I'll pull this off my bench here and lift it out. So in the bag this was in, we also have the manual, so let's take a quick look at it. Now I'm not going to cover everything in here, you'll want to read through it on your own. It says before first use, make sure you charge the battery. So here we have some different notes. It says for outdoor use only. The heater is designed to provide heated water for washing and cleaning purposes only, not intended for supplying drinking water, not suitable for use in homes or recreational vehicles. So you could use this at your home or an RV park, but you'd want to use it outside. And it says it's for point of use temporary water heating, it's not meant to be plumbed into your water system. We have some notes over here, more notes on using propane and electricity. And here we have specs. Now you can pause and read through these, but I'll go over a couple. Heat power is 10,000 to 20,000 BTUs. Average flow is 2 to 2.5 liters per minute. Maximum flow is 3 liters per minute. Fuel supply pressure is max bottle pressure to regulator. Weight is 14.77 pounds or 6.7 kilograms. High temp cutoff is 122 degrees F or 50 degrees Celsius. This uses propane cylinders. Has a 4,000 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. Runtime on full charge is 100 minutes. Charging time is about 2 hours to reach 80%. It has 2-year warranty. Here's a product overview that shows the different parts. So we have main power switch, power socket for pump, water inlet, water outlet, display panel, temperature buttons, pump control, charging port, and fuse socket. On the back side we have the exhaust port, we have the regulator, air inlet, and battery compartment. On the shower head we have the water on-off button and the flow mode switch. It says the control guide, we have the active status, ignition status, and error alert, charging status, and low power warning. Here we have the regulator assembly and the air inlets and exhaust. So this talks about hooking up gas to check for gas leaks. This talks about where to use it. This shows what's in the box. So we have the water heater manual, regulator, shower head, pump assembly. We have AC and DC charge cords, so you can charge this in your home or in your car. Magnetic shower head holder. This talks about setup. You want to place this on a solid non-combustible surface. Straighten all the hoses. Charge the battery before using. Connect the pump's power cord to the power inlet labeled pump. Attach the pump assembly to the water inlet. Attach the shower head. Attach the propane cylinder. It says this heater is compatible only with 1-pound disposable propane cylinders. Install the regulator assembly. Submerge the pump into suitable water reservoir. Do not use water directly from rivers, lakes, or oceans. Salt water is not recommended for this heater, so you could use a bucket or a water tank. Press the power button labeled pump to activate the water supply pump. The heater will begin delivering water. To stop the water flow, press the button on the inner side of the shower handle. This will extinguish the burner, but the pump will continue running for approximately 120 seconds or 2 minutes. It says install the shower bracket at your desired location for convenient use. To turn off the unit, press the button on the shower head to stop the water flow, press the pump button to stop the pump, press on-off to power off the heater. It talks about removing the propane tank. We have troubleshooting, error codes, circuit diagram, warranty and support. So this looks like a stainless steel metal. We have plastic on the outside, rubberized feet, there's a vent on the bottom, tactile buttons. Looks like there might be a protective film on here, but I'm just going to leave it on there. We have covers for pump, the fuse, 12-volt DC in. So we have rubber plugs for those. We have plugs for the water inlet and outlet. The back side we have propane hookup, and the sides look pretty much the same. Check out the accessories. Here we have the shower head, so you can press stop and start here. Has the different modes. There's a nice click to it. There's a cap on the end here, and it has a rubberized washer, and it looks like it comes with an extra rubberized washer. So that will go in here. So I'll slide that up, and then this will thread on here. So you want to make sure you have that washer in there so you don't have leaks. And this end has a quick connect fitting, so that will go on the red side. So we'll press that on and it will click, and we'll pull on it to release it. Let me measure the length of this. So this is a little over 8 feet. This is a kind of soft rubberized hose here. Here we have the 12-volt cable. So this is a car 12-volt socket to a DC barrel plug. This is the shower head holder. So it has an adjustable angle on it. It's magnetic. You can kind of stick this to the side, but this is stainless, so it's not as magnetic as regular steel. But you could say take some washers and screw it to a surface or some other kind of metal plate, like maybe an electrical box cover, and then you could magnet this to it. It also has a keyhole slot here, so you could hang it from that. and this will slot in like so. So you can adjust that and then tighten it down. Here we have the propane regulator. So I'll go around to the back, and that will thread in here. Has these nice large ears on it, so it makes it easy to thread that in. And then you supply your own propane cylinder, and that will thread in here. Now, you really shouldn't do this inside because if there's a leak, you want to be outside, but that will hang off the back like so. So I'll take that off for now, and we'll connect that back up when we go outside. Now here we have the inlet pump. So we have a submergible pump, and the width on this at the widest looks to be right around 2¼ inches. So if you have a vessel that's around 2¼ inches, this should fit in it. Of course, a bucket this will easily fit in, but if you have like a water jug, you might have a smaller spout on it. Now the length of the hose on here is probably around 5½ foot, but the electrical cord being a little bit longer, so this can plug in on the water inlet side, and this will plug into the pump. The extra length on this doesn't help you because the limiting factor is the hose. And we have this box. This has our charger, and this outputs 12 volts at 5 amps. So I've got power here. I'll connect the power cord to the power supply. I'll plug in here, and I'll plug into the 12 volt DC in. So we're currently charging here, as you can see on the battery indicator. And it's charging at about 17.4 watts. Now just notice this has a handle on the top, but it also has these little handles on the side, so there's multiple ways to carry it. I think that's a nice feature. So I'll let this charge up completely, and then we'll take it outside and we'll test it out. Okay, so I'm out here in my garage. Now you should use this outside. I do have my door open, but since I'm filming this, it's easier to have a little bit more of a controlled environment. So I have the portable water heater, I have a bucket with the accessories in it, and I have a 7-gallon jug of water. I did a calculation, and 7 gallons of water should last around 10 minutes. At average discharge of 2.5 liters per minute. So first thing I'll do is I'll connect up the propane to the back of the heater. So I've attached the regulator to the propane cylinder. So you just screw it in there, and then this will screw in the back. So I'm making sure to support the weight of this while I screw it in and make it easier. I'll flip it around. I'll get the water over here. I'll take the top off. I'll insert the submergible pump. It maybe has a millimeter or two of clearance to fit in there, but it fits, so I'll send that to the bottom. I'll connect this to the blue port on the water heater, and I'll plug in the 12 volt power. Lastly, I'll connect the shower head, and this is about ready to go. So this currently is on stop, so I'll turn this on. I'll set the temperature. Now this is tap water, so it's probably 50-some degrees. So our water outlet is set at 118 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll drop that down to, let's go to 106. And then we'll hit pump. So I hear the pump running. I also heard an igniter, but this is off, so it should stop. So I'll turn the shower head on. I hear the igniter. It's igniting. The water's coming out. Now it's cold right now. And I'm going to film this in real time. Still cold. A little bit warmer. A little bit warmer. Now it's pretty warm. I could shower with this. And you can see the temperature rising here. It says 91. And that's very warm right there. Now this has different shower patterns. So this is the wide spray. We'll go to the middle setting. We have the middle and the wide, and then we have the narrow. So I'll go back to the wide spray, and that's very warm. So I'll shut this off, and now the burner will go off. The pump does run when the shower head is off, so that maintains the pressure, so we can turn this back on, and the heater will kick back on automatically. And that is still hot right there. Now we can turn off the pump, and that will turn off the pump and the heater. So as you can see, this is very easy to use. You just plug everything in, turn it on, and hit pump, and it produces hot water. Let me mount this up higher so I can show what the spray pattern looks like. Okay, so here I have this mounted on the side of my Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm using the magnetic mount. Now this is angled in a little bit, so it tilts the spray up. But I'll turn it on and we'll see what this looks like. So when I turned the water on, the weight of it kind of shifted the hose a little bit, but you can see this is spraying away from the vehicle. So if you're camping, you could use this to shower. If you chose this method, you'd probably want to wear swim trunks or something, but of course you can also use this with a shower tent. So that's the BougeRV portable propane water heater. I really like how easy this is to set up and use. You just plug in the water inlet, the water outlet, and connect a propane cylinder and you're ready to go. Since this has a built-in pump, you don't need water pressure. You can just place the submergible pump in a water tank or a 5-gallon bucket and you have a shower ready to go. So you could use this for camping, but maybe you're just going to the beach for the day and you want to shower off after. You can have this in the back of your car, just set it out on the parking lot, grab a bucket of water and you can rinse off with this. This could also be handy for cleaning dogs, especially in the fall and winter time when it's a little colder outside. If your dog's really muddy, you can rinse them off using this before you bring them in your house. So if you're looking for a small portable water heater that's easy to use, I think that's a great option. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.